All right, let's go. We're live. Hope you guys are all doing amazing. Excited to have everyone here. Um, what I would love to take place is because this is on YouTube, obviously, you guys hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell, you get the newest notification every time this pops up. But this is going to be a recording behind the scenes for Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. Wherever you listen to your podcast episodes, do yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button. You'll get the newest notification every single Monday when the new episode drops. And then after listening to a few episodes, leave that 5-star review. Greatly appreciate all the love, all the support lately. You guys are amazing. Keep it coming. I'm excited to dive into this podcast episode with you guys today. And if you are looking for massive amounts of funding, we'll talk about that as well. I'm talking about how to actually show you how to receive up to $500,000 with interest rates as low as 0%, getting up to 90% approval odds. All of this is a very big deal. I want to show you the confidence and boldness that this knowledge can really bring to you, your business, your family, your finances, your future, for so much more. This can be the pivotal point and the foundational piece to really set you up for tremendous success. So I can show you how to do this every 6 months, by the way, right? You'll have that opportunity. With all that being said, if you want to learn more about that, you can always get a complimentary free call for the very first one, where I cover it to for you to jump on with our team to get a second opinion, either from where you're currently at to where you're trying to go. We'll give you the roadmap to get there and talk about how we could actually bless you with the information as well. So go to creditcounselelite.com. That's www.creditcounselelite.com. And yeah, we got some awesome webinars coming up, 3-day challenges coming up as well, virtual events that you're not going to want to miss. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of complimentary free things as well. Take advantage of it. And yeah, praying that it blesses you. With that being said, let's dive into behind the scenes for Ready, Set, Go today. Welcome back, everyone, to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Brandon Elliott. I'm excited to be with you here today for many different reasons. We've noticed, obviously, like a majority of our audience is entrepreneurs, beginning entrepreneurs, getting to that next level, maybe a dozen, 2 dozen properties under their belt, might have a day job, but really trying to take it to the next level, right? Trying to go all in, trying to grow and scale their business and so forth, going from multiple 6 figures to 7 figures. That's a lot of our audience. With that being said, recently we have seen more people that are working the 9 to 5, but desperately looking for the investment opportunity. They don't have the capital ready. They don't like know exactly what to do with it when that takes place. And so this episode is for you. If that aligns, if that makes sense, if you're like, hey, I do have a day job, or I hate my day job. I'm trying to do this or whatever. Like I'm trying to figure something out. Real estate sounds cool. Don't know how to get started. This is for you. Now I've done other podcasts in the past, previously, even most recently, just a few episodes ago, explaining 30 plus different ways to make money in real estate, and for you to do your own due diligence, figure it out, see what aligns with you, your time management, resources, money, all those fun things to be able to go all in on that. However, what I want to explain today is this. If you love your job, right? Because there's people out there that say they want to be a investor, or say they want to be an entrepreneur, but really, it's a tough friggin' road, and many aren't built for that. Number one. Um, so say you think that you want to do those things and you keep on trying to do it, but you're just not doing it. So the safer route for you is just staying where you're at with the job. And you may love it or you may absolutely hate it. The inconsistency of whatever, the unknown, that's all scary. And that's why you want to go all in on your own time. You see the freedom that it could bring over time. It sounds sexy being an entrepreneur. You don't see all the things behind the scenes. So it's like, it's hard to say. But what I can tell you is this: if you don't go absolutely all into it and you don't have the balls, just truthfully, just really blunt here, not trying to sugarcoat it. If you don't have the balls to actually go all in, do or die, just like one way or another, I'm going to figure it out. I'm not, you may be scared, but you're just like, screw it. The fear is less than the the potential of holding back and not doing it and living with regret. Like, you're not willing to sacrifice that. If that is you, then you will do the entrepreneur thing until it fails or you figure something out, and it works out, right? And it could take a year, it could take several years, right? But if you can't muster up the confidence, the boldness to do it, there's no shame in the game. This is what it is. Most people aren't built for entrepreneur stuff, right? So stick with the day job. However, I highly recommend, and I've said it and preached it many times in the past, every single person out there, I don't care who you are, and I don't care if like where you are in this world. If you live on this planet Earth, you need to buy some real estate. Okay. Now, this is what I recommend: anywhere from 3 to 4 rental properties. Okay. I recommend ideally residential multifamily. So anything of, 2 units to 4 units, ideally. If you get a single family house and you love it in that area and it works out, and we'll talk about some of the other things that I'll be looking for, but ideally trying to get a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex, because if it's all under one roof, great. If it's all under one electrical, one heater, like great. Water tank, it gives you a little bit more flexibility, more cash flow. It gives you more protection. If you have one vacancy, or 2 vacancies, the other one that is full should ideally cover the mortgage, right? If you have a single family house, that's it, and it's vacant, then it's vacant and you're not making any money. So you're responsible for covering it. So I recommend having 3 to 4 properties, ideally residential multifamily, 2, 3, 4 units on each. So that's on the low end. Let's just say anywhere from 4 units to about 16 units. Somewhere in that range, if you get somewhere at least like 10, but up to 16 units, that is, number one, cash flowing, right? Very important. Number 2, brings appreciation, which would be great if you can hang on to it for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Incredible, because the appreciation will be next level. And that will be your retirement, right? It will be your backup plan as well. Number 3, gives you some kind of tax benefits and depreciation and so forth. Like, that would be incredible. It allows you to diversify and not rely strictly on your boss. It also gives you that bug, if you will, of feeling as if you are an entrepreneur, because you may be working your 9 to 5 and you're trying to figure out how to buy for the first time a fourplex. Maybe it's in your backyard, maybe it's out of the state, maybe it's out of the country. I don't know. But if you figure those pieces out, like, it's going to feel really entrepreneurish, like you're buying it. Now you got to raise the capital, you got to fund it, you got to renovate it. Ideally doing the burst strategy, for the simple fact that you can buy it, get all of your money back out after you renovate it and make it brand new again. And every property needs a little bit of love typically. And that will force appreciation. You'll make it brand new and make it very sexy and give it, another 10, 20 years before a lot of things are going to be needed on it, because you're doing it all at once. And you get the depreciation from it, you get the cost segregation, you get all these different things to be able to set you up for success. Then you set it and forget it to a certain degree of putting property management in place and getting tenants in there, and you could do Airbnb and make cash, like whatever it is. I don't know what what's going to get you excited, right? Figure out the 30 plus ways to make money in real estate. But if you did some kind of burst strategy, either long-term or short-term rentals, and outsourced it to handle all of that, just doing one project maybe per year or every 2 years, it's going to set you up for so much success in the longevity of things. So much success that if your boss fires you, you're good. If you get sick, like deathly sick, and you can't be in at work for a couple months, you got cash flow coming in, you're good. If uh, some kind of emergency happens, if some unforeseen thing happens, if your boss lets you go before you're supposed to retire and cuts your pension in half, you're good. You're good. And that is so crucial and overlooked by so many. And it absolutely breaks my heart because I see good people out there each and every day that want to do some kind of entrepreneur stuff. Acknowledge real estate can be amazing. However, they don't know where to get started. They don't know how to take action. They overcomplicate things. They overthink, and they're just so terrified of fear and failure that they don't take action. And there's so much mindset to be said with that. Like, take whatever type of savings you have right now and just dump it into mindset training, books, podcast, YouTube, coaches, therapists, whatever, to be able to give you the mindset training that is needed. Start manifesting your future. Write down words of affirmation. Like, start speaking life over yourself and getting away from stinking thinking people that are draining your energy and bringing you down with negative information, right? Focusing on the good stuff, and because the mindset's everything. When you are fearless and you're just like, you realize that there's more hope, there's more inspiration, there's more blessings to just move forward and do something. You're more optimistic than pessimistic in the future. It's going to bless you in so many ways. And having that diversification versus whether you love your job or hate your job. A job is a job, making money. It brings safety, right? So just having 1, 2, 3 properties, it's going to feel like the biggest entrepreneur and fear and scarcity thing like you've ever done in the beginning. However, it's going to bring so much stability and so much concrete confidence and so forth. And it's just mandatory. It has to be done. It has to be done. And when you realize that when there's a will, there's a way, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts, it has to be done, then you'll make it happen. You'll make it happen. But I ran into 2 people recently that have somebody in their family, even. They have somebody in their family that's actively doing this entrepreneur thing. And they're not utilizing those resources for some reason. They're not utilizing those resources of picking the person's brain, asking questions, taking them out to lunch, soaking up how they felt, just pop quizzing them like Oprah, like just go into town of like asking all the questions. Like, how'd you feel when you got started? What made you get started? Why'd you doing this? Like, how do you feel now? Why, like, what's going on? What were the complications that you went through? How did you fund things? What did you do to get this and this and this and this and this going? Like, these are some of the things that I'm fearing. What would you suggest to it? Can you give me any motivation here? Like, you're trying to just catch just a little bit of the confidence from them, the boldness, the hey, I should do this type of, you need that concrete clarity, if you will, and confirmation from these people sometimes. And if you have it within your family, it's almost like a cheat code. But a lot of people are looking at that family member of like Uncle Joe or Uncle John, like Aunt Susan of like whatever. Like, I don't know who the hell it is in your family, but looking at them and disqualifying for some reason. Like, oh, that's John, he's an asshole or something. Like, I don't know what it is. But what I can tell you is this, that outside entrepreneurs like myself looking in those situations, I'm looking at it like, why wouldn't you ask this guy in your family member that would, first off, like everybody that has gone up the ladder of success in their entrepreneur career, they're all more than willing to share. They are all more than willing to just like open up and say, man, this is how we did it with confidence, like just excitement, right? They don't want to waste their time because most business owners that have received that success realize like time's your biggest asset. So I definitely don't want to waste my time pouring into somebody that's not going to take action. But if you can show me how bad you want it and show me that you're really serious about it and that you're willing to soak up as much information about it as possible, then anybody and their grandmother is willing to share that knowledge with you as well. And so if it's in your family, they definitely want to see you succeed. They do. And it's crazy to kind of disqualify that or to not take advantage of that because some of those individuals didn't have that coming up. You know, they didn't have the resources or friends or family. They just did it themselves. And maybe that was part of the blessings. But what I can tell you is you don't need to feel stuck trying to do the entrepreneur thing yourself, or like your whole family is successful in business and for some reason they didn't teach you business. So you're like doing your own thing, trying to work 9 to 5s at like Domino's and random places. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Like, success leaves clues. Focus on what's going to bring you happiness, what's going to bring you time freedom, what's going to bring you financial freedom, what's going to be able to hit some of your goals. It doesn't, it's common sense to a certain degree looking at the actions that you are going with. It's not going to make you happy. It's not going to serve you. It could be temporarily because it's mandatory. It's something needs to change, but that inconsistency is more frustrating and very hurtful in the longevity of things. So I say all this to say buy real estate. And if you know someone, ask someone. You know, like if you know somebody within your circle, friend, family member, whoever, use and abuse, but really want it. Like give a shit about it. Like really go all in. And again, ask yourself, if you don't have the all in, stop talking about it. You don't need to keep talking about it each and every year for 4 or 5 years straight. You can just, like, you talking about it isn't going to manifest. You talking about it isn't going to spark, a do or die option for you. It's not going to give you the credibility of talking about it. Actions speak way louder. And so if you're not going to take action on it, that's okay. But what you do want to do is acknowledge like, hey, this job, it's stable. It's paying the bills. I'm okay here. Or find a job that is like that. Ideally one that you like. And if you don't like, start saving every friggin' penny and stop buying all the luxury BS stuff. Say whatever your paycheck comes back at, save ideally 30%. Another 30% you should be putting into an investment account. Okay. And then those two right there, that's 60%. You should be taking that and being able to save up for something to heavily invest in, like real estate, to the BRRRR strategy. But 30% should be for savings, 30% should be for investing, 30% should be living off of, right? And then 10% should be giving. Because I believe in karma, I believe in tithing, I believe in tithers' rights. I believe in when you give, even if it's just 10%, then it will come back multiplied, shaken up and stirred together to be able to overflow into your finances and to pour in even more. So that's what we kind of live by. 30% saving, 30% investing, 30% living off of. That's your whole lifestyle. And then 10% giving. So that the 60% from the investing and from investing and savings, a lot of people aren't using this stuff. They're living off of way more than that. They're living off the whole damn thing. Like 80, 90%, whatever's left over, they'll pay their bills. Like you're always going to be in the rat race. You're always going to be 10 steps behind, playing defense, just trying to catch up. And it's a snowball effect going in the wrong direction. You're at the bottom of the hill getting, mauled over versus being at the top, starting with what you've already built up. Like focus on paying yourself first, right? Get into that routine if you're not there yet. Pay yourself first. Savings, investing. If you can get 60% together for that, 30 and 30, then you can really start. You could put your investing money into even just a CD for right now, or not a CD, like a money market account where it's liquid, making 4.5%. At least you got it going right there, right? And you can move it liquid at any point. But having the money right there, now you can start looking for these real estate deals and just slow and steady. Utilize one step at a time. Like find a realtor, find some, network with people and get some wholesalers and brokers to start sending you some deals. And when you find a good deal, then find some good contractors who's going to be able to like find multiple of them to see who can bid it and give you some good quotes. And then it's one step at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So just focus on the whole process, and then backtrack and just do one step at a time. It's very simple. And when you do that, just taking down one property a year, but it's a fourplex. Like you're buying it, you're renovating it, you're refinancing it after you rent it out. You get all your money back, you can stabilize it, you repeat the process. It becomes very simple over time. Very simple. At first it's scary. At first you're going to make mistakes. It's part of the process. It's okay. It's well worth it. You're not going to make the mistakes again. Or you may, but it's okay because it's still profitable. Like the real estate market's going up. Like all these things, it's going to keep taking care of you. So I just encourage every single person needs to be focusing on at least getting 3 to 4 properties. And ideally, if those 3 to 4 properties were multiplied by residential multifamily, now we're talking 4 to 16 units, right? Getting anywhere from 10 plus units, it really starts adding up. The cash flow, the protection. You can make 10 grand a month just off that. You could. And that's a 6-figure salary right there. Like that can be huge, huge. So I don't want you to overcomplicate it any longer. I want those that aren't entrepreneurs to just like accept that and be the best employee that you can. Find a place that's going to respect you, that you love the culture, that you get excited, that you fall in love with the vision. And if you're not there yet, it's okay. Buy some real estate, because I was working the dead end restaurant jobs, wasn't happy, but I had friends there. It felt good. But I wasn't happy. I was miserable. But you know what I was able to do? I paid myself first, number one, saved up 30 grand. And then after that, I used credit plus the 30 grand to be able to buy real estate. I didn't quit my job. I stayed in my job for 2 years while I built out 10 different properties, doing the burst strategy. Eventually, I had more cash flow. I was making 10 grand a month, more cash flow from that than I was making per month from my restaurant job. I was only making about 3 grand a month off my restaurant jobs. And I was working 2 full-time jobs doing that. But I was buying real estate on the side with the extra couple hours I had. And so doing that, yeah, I grinded for 2 years. But eventually I was making way more money from that, and it started giving me freedom. I could start taking days off on the restaurant stuff that wasn't fulfilling. And then eventually I was able to quit that to find something that was more exciting, more passionate. So anyway, I don't have it all figured out. And I hope anybody that you listen to, you acknowledge that they don't either. So pray on this, take this information. If you're hearing this today, I believe everything happens for a reason. But I also believe that this timing could be impeccable for you, because everybody should be focusing on some type of real estate. It will bless you. It will bless your finances. It will bless your kids. It will bless like generations to come. It will give you that retirement plan, because we're not all going to be in the best health and all these other things when we're older. Like you don't want to have to rely on working for somebody else. You want some options, right? So I hope this blesses you. I hope it really locks in. I know that it will. And and yeah, if you need, but besides paying yourself within your job, and if it's not stacking up high enough or fast enough for you, then understand that at Credit Counsel Elite, we can help you get massive amounts of funding. I'm talking two, three, four, or even $500,000 plus in new capital. I can show you how to do this with interest rates even as low as 0%. For 6 to 24 months, it's not a bad gig. That's how I've been able to buy a bunch of real estate. That's how we own over $14 million in real estate today. And that's how we've been able to get massive amounts of cash flow as well, be able to live our life on our own terms. And I know if I can do it, and over 3,700 members within Credit Counsel Elite over the years that we've been able to train and teach the same thing, that knowledge is impeccable and super imperative to your success. If we can all do it, I know that you can do it as well. We have a system that truly works if you work it. All we need you to do is show up, participate, meet us halfway, and we're confident that you will succeed as well. So check out creditcounselelite.com. That's www.creditcounselelite.com so that we can show you the simple things that really aren't so simple, but we have simplified over many years to be able to really put the processes in place. So love you guys all so much. If you haven't already subscribed to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast, what are you waiting for? Do that right now. We'll see you every single Monday when the new episode drops. Leave that 5-star review once you are done listening to a few episodes, and share this out. Tag somebody that needs to see it. We'll catch you on the next one. Till next time, guys. God